Well, folks, nowhere to hide now, is there? All the eyes are on me. Right. So, here we are, all dressed and ready to rock. So, I've been over this 40, 50, maybe even 60 times. So, the best approach, what I think, is to just be myself. As you've noticed, I just dress like myself. Nothing special. Right, so, 413, trick of the mind. So, as many as have guessed, I'm Connor, right? I'd just like to start by thanking you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and listen to me, right? This talk this afternoon is going to be broken down into sections. I'll start by explaining each section, and then I'll take a few questions after each section. Grant? Yeah. So the sections, don't play victim, is 1. Benefits and importance of training is 2. Implementing small changes, aiming for delayed gratification. If you're not happy in your current situation, change it. 6 is self-love. 7, how to handle negativity. 8, personal protocols. Stole from Matthew McConaughey, by the way. Number 9, things I can tell you but can't teach you. 10, but what if it all goes wrong? So that's your 10 sections, folks. I'd just like to start by explaining that everything I talk about this afternoon is based on my experiences. Obviously everybody will have different experiences. I'm basing these solely on my experiences. So you can take what you need from them, add in your own truths, and hopefully pass them on to others. So, over my 42 years on this earth, I've realised the importance of being myself. I don't feel the need to fit into any bracket. I don't chase the crowd. I don't have all the answers either, folks. So if you're here looking at all the answers, you're in the wrong place. I'm just going to give you a few answers that's helped me along my way. I'm a modest guy. I'm just grateful for everything I have in life. My work ethic and passion has shown me that anything is possible with hard work. You can't change yesterday, so don't let it trouble you tomorrow. So, first question in everybody's mind, why 413? 413 is just the time I'm ready to go, folks. It holds no meaning whatsoever. I get slag about it all the time in the gym, but it holds no real meaning. It's just, I started morning training 15 years ago for the Dublin Marathon, and my alarm has just got progressively earlier as it went. Right? So that was a long time ago. I've just built these habits over and over the years. It's just basically it. It's stuck in my mind. It's embedded in my soul, and as routine as having a coffee. So, I'd like to start by saying I'm no different than anybody sitting here. Unfortunately, I'm just a human. I just refuse to play the victim. So get over it and get on with it. I've now programmed my mind to avoid taking the easy path. There's no gratification sitting on your ass. Take the hard path, and you have my word, you'll get your rewards. Feed the good wolf. So over the years, I've built a runner's mentality. It shows me that quitting is never an option. So over the next 45 minutes, I'm going to backtrack my journey and speak to you about things that's helped me. Helped turn me from being a nervous backward teen with a drink and drug problem, the person that enjoys life. And I know that life isn't easy, but as I've aged, I've learned to embrace it for what it is. Right, so enough about me. My main objective is to help improve you in work, in training, in business and in life. With the right mindset, we can navigate the minefield that is life. So, section 1. Don't play the victim. Hold responsibility for your actions. Remember, folks, the situation you're in now is because of your choices, the choices you've made over the years. The same choices you have for sitting in that stool, sitting in a bar stool, sitting on a PlayStation or reading a book, Netflix or a walk, beer or water. Ultimately, you are in control. So stop the blame game, own your own choices, and take back responsibility for your actions. Nothing changes unless you do. So, I'm going to put you on the spot for a change. I'd like to ask you why you chose to sit in this chair and what you hope to gain from this talk.
I was waiting on this.
I sat here because I wanted to see you, because sometimes my hearing wouldn't look good, so I have to sort of look right sometimes.
Does it look better in the flesh, or?
Yeah.
That's good. So no questions then, folks. I'll be able to take a few questions at the end anyway, because I know it's a wee bit nerve-wracking to speak out in front of people.
But I'll say, because I'm used to talking too much probably, for motivation, definitely.
You sat here for motivation?
For you to
What
motivate.
happens when motivation ends?
Well, do you know, hopefully,
It's flash and pan.
yeah, I know. Well, hopefully I can hold on to that a bit more longer.
Build a bit of discipline. Right, so not a lot of questions coming back there, folks. So hopefully as we go on, we'll get a wee bit less nervous. So next, why I think training is important. So why do we think training is important, folks? What happens when we train?
Here's a
What else? That man there can tell you firsthand. Face challenges, bigger opponents. So when we train, we face challenges, right? That scares us a little bit. Once we push through the pain barriers in training, that'll build resilience. It'll show us how strong and durable our body and mind can be once we face those challenges. Training has shown me the darkest corners of my soul. In that darkness, I do my best thinking. I think about my past. Your mind is telling you to stop. It's an obsessive fight not to stop. That's why I like a good conditioning session, because it's a constant battle in your head. Stop, stop. But once you beat them little voices in your head, every day activities become that little bit easier. Training makes you that little bit better each and every day. It's also very important, folks, to find a training style that you enjoy. There's no point you doing powerlifting if you don't like powerlifting. There's no point you doing endless cardio if you don't like cardio. Find something you enjoy, even if it is something as simple as a walk. Alright, so any questions on training and why you train?
I train so we can eat more pizza.
That's as good a reason as any. Anybody else? We'll just bypass that one. But a lot of people do. People like cake and they'll train.
Yeah, for that. Makes you more resilient for the day-to-day life.
Yeah. Right, so not a lot of questions on that, folks. This could be over quicker than I expected here. In and out, Chad. Right, so now we've covered training, I'll move on. So small changes we can implement to help improve our outlook on life. I'd just like to point out the small things we do every day are so important. They take up half our life. Something as simple as brushing our teeth, making our bed, putting the washing out in Gillian's case. Right. That may sound trivial, folks, but by the laws of numbers, it does take up 50% of our lives, the small things we do. So do them to the best of your ability. So starting tomorrow, get up before 7 a.m. I know it's a Sunday, so I'll give you the Monday. Get up before 7 a.m. on Monday. Make your bed. I can't because there's somebody in my bed when I get out of bed. Don't hit the snooze button. Guess what? That's your first victory in defeating the day. Once you hit the snooze button, you're chasing your tail all day. So you've squeezed an extra 9 minutes in bed for what? To run into heavy traffic. Then you're going to be even further behind. So all day you're going to be chasing that 9 minutes. So as soon as that alarm goes, bounce out of bed, get moving. Never be late for anything if possible, folks. You'll always find that friend that always comes to the party a wee bit late. Coffee, date, or anything. Try not to be that person. Everybody in every friends group has that one person that's always going to be late. And you can rely on that person being late. Same way as you can rely on the person that's going to be first in the room. So don't be that person that's always late. Next, write down 3 things you've been avoiding. This can be anything from a meeting with your boss, a conversation with your partner, a hard training session you know that's going to hurt, but you've been avoiding it. Next, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Something as simple as your health, a roof over your head, your family. It could be something as simple as warm water, folks. Cost of living crisis, it's hard to heat a house nowadays. Next, I want you to write down 1 thing that you can implement from tomorrow that will make you 1% better. Read a book, learn a new skill, save a few pounds for an investment. Very, very simple things, folks, but they can change your outlook on life. So I'm going to give you a wee quick rundown of that section, and then I'll be open for the millions of questions you're throwing up. So, quick rundown of the section. Never underestimate what we do every day. All goals start with small actions. So from Monday, get up before 7 a.m. Don't hit the snooze button. Be on time. Write down the 3 things you've been avoiding. Write down the 3 things you're grateful for. Get sunlight. Well, we're in Ireland, so we'll settle for fresh air. Cut one thing out you know you shouldn't be doing, i.e. pizza. Add in one positive action. I want you to plan, target, and attack. Them seemingly small tasks can completely change your outlook on life. So, drum roll. Any questions in that section? It depends what time I'm working. Sometimes I could be working the 10:15 and I'll get to bed. I'll try to get to bed for 11:15. So we get 5 hours. Yeah. But at the start I couldn't. I remember I was doing a bit of holding a heavy bag for a girl out in Flaxton, we worked in Flaxton, and I actually felt myself falling asleep when I was doing it. Not a great way to start, but over the years it's got easier, and if I do get 2 hours during the day, I'll try and get a wee power nap. Even 10 or 15 minutes, it can help bring you around. But in an ideal world, I should be getting 7 or 8, but it's never an ideal world, is it? No. No. So, any other
average, is it?
Pardon?
About 5 hours average.
Well, I make up at the weekend. For instance, last night I was in bed for 8:20, sleeping for maybe 8:30. Saturday night the same. I'll go to bed at 10 o'clock. Going to the party days where I went from a Friday to a Sunday without sleeping. So
Full of stuff.
them 5 hours are a bonus.
Yeah.
So a lot of us have been there, folks. We'll party all weekend, we miss out on sleep, and it knocks us still about the Thursday. I know I didn't feel right to the Thursday. So any other questions on that?
I just think the snooze button's the biggest problem in all devices, to be honest.
Set your phone further away from me.
No, I know. Sometimes you pull it the other side. I've only worked out with you once this year in the morning, and it's
been tough.
I feel guilty.
Denzel Washington says, stick your shoes on the ground so when you get down, it's like you're praying. Be grateful. Go down, say a wee prayer, get up, get going.
Say a prayer in the
Right, so, number 4. This is a big one, folks. So, I'm going to explain it and then I'm going to give you a wee rundown on something that happened to me 8 years ago. So, aiming for delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is an investment in yourself. I train today and eat healthy because in 6 months, if I maintain the program, what will happen? I'll see changes. So day 1 in the gym, what do you see? Apart from a sick chest pump, almost be nothing. Exactly. Day 1 in the gym, you're going to see nothing. But as history's told us, if we maintain the course and we keep eating right and we keep training, we will see changes. Right? So day 1, you start a new course. What do you learn? Very little. What is it? Page 1. Yes, right. So we'll learn page 1. If we finish the course, that could open doors that we never knew existed. Right? So another example. Day 1 you save £40 that you made a blue on a takeaway. So you blow that £40, that £40's gone, never be seen again. You stick it under the mattress. You save that for 12, 16 months. What happens? You can invest in a course. You can invest in something. We do it all the time. Save, reinvest. If the drawer breaks, we need to have backup to buy a new drawer. So save, invest. But if you're spending that £40 on Chinese, which you probably don't need, that's gone, never to be seen again. So that's just three examples. So I'm going to give you a wee quick rundown on something that happened to me 8 years ago. I was working in a fiberglass factory not long after I passed my levels. I posted transformation of my wife Gillian. So my social media blew up. My phone never stopped. But one message really got my attention. It was a girl promoting Forever Living. Hopefully nobody sells Forever Living products. No, right, so I didn't reply to the message because I don't believe their products work.
What's that, the aloe vera stuff, is it? That their one?
Yes, but at that time they were selling C9 cleanses and weight loss pills, right? So I didn't reply to the message. Somehow they got my address. I landed home from work. 2 girls knocked the door. Me being nice, it was cold outside, but it rained, so I invited them in. soon as I invited them in, what happened? The wee sale pitch started, right? So I have no shame in saying, at the time I was on minimum wage, so I was bringing about £220 home. Right? So the sales pitch started. Look at our 2 cars. We make 6 figures. We go on 4 holidays a year. All from selling C9. Right? So, faced with a bit of dilemma here. They break my word and sell a product I know doesn't work. Leave the fiberglassing factory. Join the 2 lovely girls with their nice 4x4 Range Rovers. No, I don't break my word. You're only as strong as your word, folks. Once your word's broken once, there's a long, long way back. So I chose delayed gratification over the instant gratification. I worked my ass off for 8 years to where I am now. I don't even know if they're still selling them cleanses. There could be. I don't know. But the moral of the story is, you can only sell your soul once. If I would have done that, went against my word holds no value to anybody. You know what I mean? So you are only as strong as what comes out of your mouth. Once you break that, that's gone. Your trust is gone. Right? So delayed gratification. Long-term plans that help you customize your future. Most things that feel good fast never last. So break a sweat. Think long-term. Invest your time and money in yourself. Partying all weekend over a good night's sleep. That will have a big knock-on effect, folks, and you'll never hit your goals if you're going to be doing that week in, week out. So most of us get 56 hours over the weekend free. That's if we're not drinking ourselves in the coma. And then plus the free time we have after work. Learn a new skill. Save for an investment. Don't drink yourself in the coma. Start a side hustle. Save for travel. Traveling is good for the soul, folks. Drop the ego and work your way out of your current situation. So, questions on that one?
Same thing, they don't want to do it, they don't want to feel it. Sometimes you get paid a lot of money in a job you hate, so it's hard to leave.
Very, very true.
That's the kind
It's a trap that the government gives us.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's a vicious circle. But it is hard to get out of. But that's what I'm saying. You're free at the weekend. Try and learn a new skill that will open a door that you never knew existed.
And learn something
Yeah.
that's the same.
Yeah. Invest in a set of books. Get the head down, get reading. There's so much information online now, folks. A lot of it's good. There is a lot of nonsense there too. So just be careful with your research in it. So, next one. Self-love. I think this is a very important one, folks, because a lot of people think you come across arrogant if you show yourself a bit of self-love. There's a fine line between it, but there's nothing wrong with a bit of self-love. So self-love is just how you treat yourself. So if you're talking down to yourself, that's going to give others the right to think that they can talk down to you. So never do that, because you're setting your standards of how you talk about yourself. Others are just going to think, well, I'm going to talk about him like that. And make sure you're giving them the right to talk down to you because you're talking down to yourself. So don't do that one. Set your own standards on how people treat you. Never break them. Don't let anyone talk down or disrespect your values. Don't do anything that antagonises your character, like self-forever living. Learn to be happy in your own skin. Enjoy your own company. Why, folks? Because you're 24 hours in here. You need to make it a good relationship. Only make time for people that have time for you. Right, so you're sitting, it's easy to tell this one. You're sitting with a couple of friends, they're constantly on their phone. Right? You send them a text message, it takes them 2 days to get back to you. Do they care about you? No. Constantly on their phone, ringing, talking, you send them a message, it takes them 2 days to get back to you. Dust yourself down and move on. A good friend will support you, not get jealous. This is a good one, folks. Not everybody's going to like you, but you got to be okay with that. And never quit on yourself. So, self-love is just how you value yourself. Once you set your own standards, never break them. And in time, the right people will come into your life and they'll value you just the same. So, questions?
Not a question, but it's more realisation. It took me years to get over the fact that, being put down all my life until I started.
Showing yourself a wee bit of self-love.
Yeah, and coming to Julian and you.
Yeah.
Honestly, see my way of thought now. I'm a completely different person, and I don't care what anybody thinks.
Yeah, that's brilliant, but
Really don't.
that comes with training too. Because
Yeah.
you're building confidence in yourself, you're seeing your body shape changing, you're pushing yourself through discomfort, then you're starting to feel comfortable in yourself. That's why I don't really like talking about fitness much because they can come across bitchy, but you see a lot of people and they're going into gyms and they're starving themselves. They're going to think the gym is somewhere that's miserable because when they're in the gym they're starving and they feel miserable. So when you go to the gym and you're eating healthy and you're training and you're feeling good, that's to me is what the gym's about.
Oh, Connor, I love it. It makes me feel so.
Definitely.
Like this past year or two, like for
Completely different
my
person.
age, I should have done that when I was in my 30s or something.
We all wish that.
I wouldn't have been allowed.
Too busy enjoying yourself, like most of us.
I wouldn't have been allowed to. I couldn't have been allowed out of the house to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still breastfeeding.
Lucky you. No, that was a very good point. You could be in a toxic relationship, maybe your partner doesn't want you doing something because ultimately they don't have the discipline to do it, and then as they see you improving, then they're going to feel alienated by you because you're getting stronger and they're staying in the same place. It's a lot to do with the next section, negativity. Right, so very good point there. So, moving swiftly on, how do you handle negativity?
Love it.
It comes, as Geraldine says, it comes with age. When you're younger, you take everybody's opinions on board. You shouldn't, because how often do you hear people paying you a compliment? Very, very rarely. How often do you hear about people talking behind people's back, putting them down? Constantly. I mean, it's the world we live in. It really is. If you could walk past somebody and say one nice thing, I'll light that person up for the day. You know what I mean? It's so easy done, but people just avoid it. Like I said, folks, it's just the world we live in. So the more successful you get, the more negativity comes your way. How you handle it is so important. Some things and some people don't deserve your time or a reaction. People will push and push until they get a reaction. Don't give them it. Best advice, remove yourself from the situation. Right, so I want you to ask yourselves these questions. Why are them people being negative towards you? So I give you a quick rundown of what I think what the problem is. You have something they don't. You're in a better place in your life. They've took all they've needed from you and moved on. You have the job they like. You have the boyfriend or girlfriend, husband and wife that they might envy. You've moved on. They can't get under your skin anymore. They're small-minded, resentful, jealous. They can't control you anymore, so they talk shit behind your back to damage your character. Happens all the time. Right, so ask yourselves these three things. They pay your bills. They feed your kids.
No.
They put food on your table. No, no, and no. So, let them talk shit. Words are just words. They only affect you if you let them. Don't let small-minded people inside your head. If you let them in once, folks, they're going to keep on, like a wee drip, 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 they're going to keep on getting in until you just put a stop to it. So, once you put a stop to it, they'll disappear. There's only one person you tell yourself that can slow you down, that's you. So, in 3 or 4 years, then people will probably be negative towards somebody else. You'll be further on down the road. They'll not even be in your sight anymore. They'll be long gone. And the moral of the story is they'll probably still be resentful and talking shit about somebody else, and you'll have moved on. So it is as simple as that. Let things go. Hate is baggage. It'll just slow you down. Another one, folks, anger is weakness. You can tell by somebody's reaction how strong-minded they are. Don't blow your top. Dust yourself down and move forward. Another one, never be jealous of your neighbour. It'll control your way of thinking. Focus on you and your self-improvements. And negativity will disappear. Your passion and drive will help outwork negative people. Nobody's going to stand in the way of somebody who doesn't quit. So outwork, outperform, and silence the negativity. So, any questions on that, folks?
But I noticed that kind of thing on in like a kitchen situation where it can
Yeah.
be,
It's everywhere.
it could be like the sales against like fucking waiting staff against like kitchen staff, but it doesn't happen in the stables because It happened.
Which nobody's going to argue with you.
No, it happened before previous jobs and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
it doesn't happen there, it's getting more family oriented.
But it happens everywhere.
And if there's any shit, usually you call them out the bullshit on the
Yeah.
top of it, and then that energy actually spills out, so nobody really talks. Just talk about if someone's a dick, they're a dick.
Yeah.
You know that way, and you call them a dick straight away. So there's no fucking.
But some people doesn't have the cojones to call people dicks. They'll wither up and they'll.
So I usually put the knives down, then tell them they're a dick. And then
I just see Calvin when I'm further away. Again.
no, you know, it doesn't. We try to put the energy in so it doesn't
Yes.
escalate higher than what it is.
But
it's up to you to put that energy in.
see what you find. Like
Yeah.
you can notice negative energy in the room.
Oh, you can
Somebody
feel it,
walks
yeah.
in the room and if that's not the right person, the energy in the room changes.
Yeah.
I've noticed it over the years and you're aware of it.
Everybody just comes awkward around it and
Yeah.
it just spills.
Yep, doesn't
So
need.
if you try to positive, make it more positive. As me as a lead role in the place, I have to.
But you can't make a
No,
negative make
I
positive.
know,
They
I
need
don't
to.
expect that.
Aye.
But I mean, keep the atmosphere kind of.
Yeah.
That's the way I would be too, trying to make everything good and nice.
Well, like what I feel.
But they're probably looking at you going, what's she trying to change me for? I'm right the way on.
No, I don't even mean that. If somebody's bringing the tone down, I would maybe be the one that would say something and then we'll all have a wee laugh
Yeah.
to take away from that.
Don't let it actually. Obviously,
Yeah.
if they're
Yes,
negative,
yes.
they're negative. They
Yeah.
Aye.
But I try my
Let them run on
best
Yourself
all
self
my
love in the
life.
wee room.
But then I got away from them people.
Yeah, well, that's your best.
And I am on my own, like nearly 24/7.
Yeah.
Connor, I love it.
Yeah,
I really do.
that's
because
good.
My mind,
Strong person can be by themselves.
Again, my
The strongest person in the room is somebody, or the strongest person in a restaurant is a person sitting having dinner with themselves. They
Absolutely.
don't need company.
No,
Total respect.
so I don't want any visitors.
Nobody makes a slice of my pizza anyway. Thanks for myself.
Right, so next one. Just a wee quick rundown. Personal protocols. I did steal this one from Matthew McConaughey, by the way. Deals you make with yourself. Marks in the sand. Targets you set with yourself. So hold yourself accountable. Right, so for instance, I'm going to train at 6 a.m. Don't tell nobody that. Tell yourself that.
Yeah.
If you train at 6:10, nobody knows. You police it. Nobody knows, only you. I'll cover 10 pages in a book. If you cover 9, who knows, only you. This is my personal protocol. I only have 3 coffee a day. I'll have 3 for 8 o'clock. So it is tough. It is tough. So personal protocols, just ways to hold yourself accountable. You don't need to tell anybody else them. Just hold yourself accountable. So next, no questions on that one, folks. So next is 9 things I can tell you but can't teach you. Things that I've learned over my life. Again, folks, timekeeping is undervalued. If you can't be on time, be early. Never sleep with a client or a customer.
Gillian's your first one.
Oh my God.
I got a reaction to that. Visualization is key. See it in your mind and work your ass off towards it. Very, very good one, folks. If you can't see it in your mind, it's not going to happen. You have to visualize it. It might be risky, but if you keep going towards it and you keep working towards it, you'll get it. So that's a good one. I like that one. Visualization is key. Winning the internet isn't the key to success. See if they have to look at an off 500 calorie breakfast and boys talking to themselves and jumping out. Like that doesn't add to their income. That just makes them look like a dick, to be honest. But so they need to get some real human interaction. Good one here, folks. Never disrespect others regardless of their situation. So I'm going to read that again.
Yeah.
Never disrespect others regardless of their situation. Because who knows, in 2 years' time you could be in that situation. 3 years' time you could be worse. Remain modest. Don't overcomplicate things. People remember the way you make them feel. If you make somebody feel like shit, they're always going to remember that. Learn people skills. Make eye contact. Education that counts for nothing if you're an asshole. Learn to be uncomfortable. Let 99% of the nonsense you hear go over your head. Use fear as a driving force. Listen first. Talk last. Assume the person you're talking to has something to teach you. Always be willing to learn. Drop the ego. Walk the walk. Don't live your life worrying about other people's opinions of you. You'll get to nowhere in life, folks. Don't talk money, but don't be afraid to hustle for it, folks, because the world we live in, we need it. for growth. Set goals and do the work. Let negativity drive you. Always research and second question everything. Don't fall into the Instagram mind trap. Everything you see online isn't real, especially photos. We always love the perfect lighting, folks. You look at my camera, there's about 400 photos of the wrong lighting. And then one on the right, everybody see that one? Well, we all do it. We all do it. Find your niche. Give yourself a break. And be yourself. And never give up on yourself. So, any questions on that one, folks?
How many pictures of your house have you got?
You're always the one that texts him, Matthew. Matthew calls me Juicy Boy. that's his wee pet name for me. I kind of like it. Right, folks, so I've saved the best for last. So, this is a question I ask myself every day, over and over and over again. But what if it goes wrong and we fail? So what if we fail? We all fail at times, but in the beauty of life, folks, we get to try again. A strong person is willing to fail. A weak person isn't willing to try. If you never ask the question, what's the answer going to be? No. If you never take a forward step, you're going to remain in the same place. Take the risk, or guess what? You'll never know. Fear of failure can stop you from taking that risk, but challenging that fear and moving forward will open doors you never knew existed. Fear of failure can keep you up at night planning. It can help you go that extra mile. Fear of failure can get you out of bed without hesitation. Personally, I live with that fear each and every day. I know what we've built can disappear just as quick. So in the pursuit of better, that fear keeps me on my toes. It keeps me planning. It keeps me working, and it keeps me bouncing out of bed each and every morning without even thinking. Subconsciously, once my alarm goes, I'm in the toilet before I even realise. So with that fear in my head, I know, blink, everything could be gone. That fear keeps me on my toes daily. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to let this sink in, folks. I'm going to ask you this question. Will the fear of failure stop you from reaching your goals? Obviously, we've all have different goals, different aspirations. So ask yourselves that question. Will that fear stop you from reaching your goals? So that's about 28 seconds. So what happens in 20 years when you look back? You'll know if that risk has paid off. But you'll also know if the fear of failure has stopped you from reaching your goals. If the fear of failure stopped you from becoming a better person. Can you live with that? Me personally, I can't live with that. If you've one chance of being a better person, take the jump. Because happiness is a once in a lifetime thing. Move forward towards it. So finally in this section, take the calculated risks. It has to be calculated, folks. You can't just go and gung-ho. He said take a risk. Yeah, top staff. It doesn't work like that. It has to be calculated, folks. So calculated risks. Sprint the hill, climb the rock, jump the river, do whatever it takes to bring joy into your life. Because guess what, folks? It's in your hands. Not the internet, not mine, not your partner's. It's in your hands. So find the joy in the doing and stand up with your shoulders back and face the world head on with the knowledge it's not meant to be easy. But we have the strength to beat whatever comes in our path.
Mental attitude. I think
I mean, not always positive.
No, not people in general. You have to learn to train your mind to be positive because negativity breeds negativity.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
If you think you can't, guess what? You can't. If you think you can, guess what? You can.
I can't as a sister if I won't. So
What's your brother?
I will.
Yeah, you will.
I'll never.
Never!
Never, never,
So
never.
that sounds familiar. Right, so any other questions, folks?
See, I know you don't drink, Connor, but see, when you decided to stop drinking, did you just go it alone and tough it out, or did you get any help with or anything?
I went it alone, done myself, because I was at a crossroads. I was partying for 3 days. Gillian had threw me out and was down in my mum's house. Gillian didn't want me, my mum and dad didn't want me drinking in the house. So I ended up going to courthouse, sitting in a house in Victoria Street, so on and so forth. And the Monday came, the realisation was that my mum and dad didn't want me drinking in the house, Gillian didn't want me drinking in the house, I was going to lose everything, so I had no choice. But whenever I ran, I would have stayed off drink for maybe 3 or 4 months at a time. But if I'd have got an injury, I'd have had a bad race or something, I would have went back, I would have started drinking, taking gear, doing whatever. You know what I mean? So I think the running was sort of helping me do it because I was staying off for so long. And then one time I stayed off for 6 months. Ended up, it was child's, I think it was my sister's child's confirmation, and I ended up on for 3 days. So that was that out the window, and then I would have drank. I would have convinced myself that I could handle it. I would have goes, right, I got a half bottle of Morgan Spice and 6 beer, and I would have drunk it, and then Gillian would have went to bed, and I would have climbed out the window, would have just done anything else, and then ended up down the house partying Shankill. That's just me, I can't have one drink, but once that time came and I was at that crossroads, I didn't really struggle, to be honest. The first 2 weeks, and then maybe 6 months, I was looking at people going into carts. I wasn't really one for going out and sitting in bars and stuff. It wasn't really me. I liked the old dingy parties, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I think through running, that's where the steps were starting to come into place. And then whenever the time came, I was at that crossroads, I had no choice. No choice. And then even to think to myself that I could have only 1 beer, I was fooling myself. I'd done it for years, and nobody cared. Everybody went home to bed on the Saturday night. I'd have been in Lerner Park on Tuesday. That's just the way it was wired. So that was tough. The tough bit is thinking back that I should have stopped a long time ago, but I didn't. And I try not to regret anything I've ever done, because you just beat yourself up. We've all done bad in the past. You dust yourself down, move on. And it's character building. Thank you.
Yeah.
Realisation too.
It is. It is.
You have to be in that frame of mind to do it.
But you have to be around the right people too, because you know, like you said, right, I'm stopping drinking. There'll be 3 people that actually don't want to go for a pint. Right?
Straight away.
Yeah.
Out in the bag.
A bag of what, Kieran?
Nothing out.
You're probably are getting talking powder nowadays. So, anything else, folks?
What was your biggest fear about doing this? And now that it's over, what have you
My biggest fear was, I was thinking about this today actually. I remember the first boot camp, it was actually in next door, and we had a prize given, right? I was wearing a grey t-shirt, and I was petrified of getting up in front of people. I was only handing out the prizes, and I had puddles all under my arm. I probably had a mile. So it was remembering what feelings I thought going through that door the first time, having to give out prizes, and it was something so minor, but it can get in your head, and then I like to try and do things that scares me. And getting up in front of everybody, your horse going at butterflies in the stomach all day. I wasn't nervous up until maybe 2 hours before it, and then I started getting butterflies, and then you have to make a jump. You have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations to grow, and I'm a firm believer in that. This is something I'm passionate about, talking and getting points across and things, but in order for me to get there, I need to take the first step, and today's the first step, and I'm really, really glad you showed up, and glad everybody took your time to give me a shout, to be honest. What is it?
You're doing great.
I think you did first class, dude.
I want to leave you at that, folks.
Well done.